You gonna bark all day, little dog? There's something about when you can really kind of relate to a character on screen as opposed to just they think that the action or just blatant violence for no reason is going to make it a good movie when you don't give a shit about who is having violence perpetrated upon them.
I think you're right. And there's there has to be some depth behind the violence.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean anything.
I mean,
you have to care something about the person or understand the person perpetrating these things.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you've heard it 1,000 times. The violence perpetrated against that poor cop sitting in that chair. That was done perfectly. That was, done in a way where it's like you obviously understood your character. You understood this cop is really fucked, even though they didn't get into, his whole story, but you knew enough about him, and you knew he was scared shitless. So it was just done very well.
You know how scary it is when you're begging for your life and you hear, "Are you done?"
Yeah.
Are you done?
Yeah. It's like that really did fuck with people. Is the fact that there's no talking himself out of this
because you're really annoying.
This guy, he's talking to a fucking, he's talking to a pit bull.
I was busy trying to get something finished and I wasn't listening to it.
You finished?
You finished? Is that it? Is that it?
I know. It's like
I'm not even sure that was in the script. I probably made that up.
Really? Just kind of.
Yeah, I probably wanted to. I
personally
probably wanted to go to lunch or something.
You finished?
Subconsciously, I was trying to get on with it. You done? You finished? So what is it? 3 o'clock? I gotta get back to Malibu.
Starving.
And what makes that scene horrifying too is when he leaves and it's just a beautiful day outside.
Yeah.
And I think you hear dogs barking.
Yeah.
And
Birds
kids
chirping.
playing and stuff. You're like, holy shit! There's
that
a
was my
horror
car.
show going on
Guy's
inside.
still inside.
That was my car.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
All right. You ever sell that thing?
No, in fact, I still have it.
We tried to sell it for you last time.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't get a good enough offer.
No.
Man.
It got up to some ridiculous, like $15,000 or something. You got to be kidding. I wouldn't give that damn thing up for 15 G's. I'll leave it for my kids after I croak. Then when I croak, the car will triple in value.
Yeah, it would.
This was his car. He's dead now.
You might remember this car.
Remember this car?
Michael Madsen opened the trunk.
To get a gas can to burn a guy.
Yeah.
That's the best part. It's such a nice day, but he's going to get gas to burn a man.
I forgot, left it in the car. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
We actually left Kirk in that chair at lunchtime once, and all time.
Really?
It was just a joke, He didn't appreciate it.
You handle a lot of firearms in movies. Are you comfortable with them? Do you like shooting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a hard time sometimes watching other actors with weapons because sometimes they just don't look right holding it.
Mm-hmm.
And you think, well, I got this gun, it's going to be pretty good, but it isn't that at all. I can't explain it. So the way you handle it, I think, is very unique. I mean, I think Clint Eastwood is good with a gun, but it's not. It's an intuitive thing. Not everybody can do it. I've rarely seen anybody who can handle a gun properly. Kirk Douglas could do it. Robert Culp could do it. Steve McQueen was pretty good with the shotgun with the 12 gauge and the getaway. I have that gun, by the way. His son gave it to me.
Really?
Yeah. It's a Winchester.
That's very cool. Holy
but the gun thing is, I can't explain it. It just...
Well, I'm thinking back also to Reservoir Dogs. It almost looked like it was an extension of your hand.
Yeah.
You were waving, you were gesturing with it at one point, and it was like, he's fucking talking with his gun. It was pretty good. Scratch your head. Yeah.
It's a useful, it's a nice gadget to have in a movie or in a scene. It's like a cigarette. I mean, you take a cigarette away from Humphrey Bogart and, I mean, Bogey was Bogey, let's face it. But when he put that cigarette in his mouth and lit it up, all of a sudden, it was a whole other thing.
Yeah.
And you give me a gun, it's a whole different deal. I don't know why.
Nice shoulder holster.
Yeah. I didn't want to wear that shoulder holster. It was too tight. You know what? The pants didn't match my jacket. And they were too tight. I had a T-shirt on. So when he tucked it in, it was way too tight in the waist. And I didn't want to wear that holster because it was very confining. But it was the outfit, and it was Quentin's idea. He told everybody to show up on the set with black suits on, and I didn't even have one. So my pants and the jacket don't match. If you look at Buscemi, he's got black jeans on. And he didn't have one either.
What the fuck?
The only thing we got from wardrobe, we got the ties from wardrobe.
The ties, the thin ties, yeah.
And I was supposed to wear black shoes, and I didn't have any black dress shoes. I had black cowboy boots. And that's why I'm wearing them in the movie.
That almost makes sense, though, for the character. You seem like the kind of guy that would wear black cowboy boots.
That's all I had. And then when I got the razor, I figured, okay, where am I going to put this thing?
The boot.
Where I put it in my fucking pocket? Well, yeah, it just seemed to make sense to put it in the boot. But a lot of things happened that were not in the screenplay. Thank God Quentin was decent enough to let me get away with a lot of stuff.
The dance, was that something that he asked you to do, or you just kind of knew to talk into the ear and dance?
Well, I'm no dancer, and I try to explain that to him. But in the thing, it said, Mr. Blonde maniacally dances around the manacled cop. I always remember that. And, you know, I was always questioning, well, what do you mean maniacally? You know, you're supposed to be all handcuffed, and then it turned into duct tape, of course, but we never really rehearsed that. We rehearsed the whole movie for like a week, maybe a week and a half before we were shooting. And every time we got to that scene, I just said, listen, I don't want to rehearse it because I don't know what I'm going to do. Mm-hmm. And thank God Quentin didn't force me to do it, because he obviously knew that I didn't know what I was going to do. And I kept saying, I'll do it on the day.
Yeah.
When we're actually going to do it, I'll figure out what to do, because I'm good if I'm backed into a corner. And I said, listen, I don't know what I'm going to do. And I really didn't. And then when they finally shot it, we did like 4 versions of it. And the music was supposed to be Barroom Blitz by the Blasters.
Oh, really?
Because he didn't have the rights to the Steelers Wheel. And so I did it to Steelers because I knew that was the one he wanted. So, and the talking thing
it's very subtle.
The
little dance is very subtle.
It's very understated. It's great.
Yeah. It's a subtle little move.
I suddenly had to do something, and then I had the damn ear in my hand, and when I was supposed to walk out of frame, but then actually he picked me up coming in the frame, and I was holding it, and you know, it's funny when you watch yourself because you see things that other people don't see, but I see myself thinking, because I was thinking, what am I going to do?
Oh, really? What am I going to do with it? So,
and he was going, throw it, toss it. And I didn't really want to do that.
Yeah.
So I said, hey, can you hear me? I thought it was his ear, right?
Yeah,
so
hey, can you hear me?
And then I threw it after that.
But the dance is great because it really is. That's the way a sociopath who can't dance would dance.
Absolutely.
There's a little spin, a little backwalk.
They're not good moves. That's just what you do when you're massacring a man.
Like a lunatic.
Yeah, it was time to get the razor out, though, because I wanted to stop dancing.
Yeah.
It was the perfect way to stop the dance.
The song is just synonymous with this scene now. I think anytime you hear that.
I'm like an animal. Whoa.
It's brutal.
No, I told him, I said, Kirk, I'm going to jump on you like an animal. See? There was no other way to do it except mount him. It just, I realized you had to. I mean, imagine, it wouldn't be easy to.
So now you're hashing this out in your head?
Yeah, and Quentin's going, throw it. See, and I didn't want to. I just didn't really.
You just turn around like.
It's like 3.
And then you laugh at him.
It's like 3 days later, he goes, you remember when you talked in the ear? And I go, yeah. And he goes, it's in the movie. And I had never really thought that it wasn't going to be. So it was kind of another lesson for me. Cause I wasn't in control as much as I.
And then when he goes outside, we were talking about this earlier. It's fucking amazing.
But what's great too is that when he holds the ear, and he fucking throws it, then you look at your hand annoyed that there's blood on it, and you almost wipe it on his shirt accusingly, like you're an asshole.
Well, it's movie blood. It's very sticky.
and there's the car you could own.
Well, you see me trying to get my keys out of my pocket. My hand was all sticky from the blood. And the fucking keys were like stuck in my pocket by the third time we did it. Poor Kirk was, later.
He was covered in it. Yeah.
he
Now, was your character supposed to have just had a can of gasoline for emergencies, or did you specifically get it to burn this guy up?
No, I went to get it for that purpose.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that would make sense.
I tried to explain to Quentin that if in fact I had set him up, if I blazed him up, can you imagine the horror of him burning in flames at the same time I'm being shot by Mr. Orange? Now, that would have been pretty powerful.
Yeah, no shit.
You know, I mean, that torched him, and oh my God. See, I think that would have been a lot more disturbing in the way that it actually is. But I think he was pretty fed up at my suggestions.
At that point, he had it with you?
Yeah, he had, because every day I had something new. So I made all this up, man. This was just me. That's apple juice, by the way.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
More
It's the same
sticky.
color as gasoline.
Oh, hey.
Jesus.
Handy to know.
Learn something.
Great. See, I'm going to throw the can now. I'm going to get rid of it.
What's the matter?
Don't do this. Please.
That burn a little bit?
Burn a little bit. What a prick.
Oh, God.
On his fucking cut ear?
You sure don't like police officers in this.
Well, you know, oddly enough, I've got a lot of cops who have been very nice to me
Yeah.
through the years after this, and I've always found it perplexing.
Perplexing indeed.
I was in Dallas, Texas, and I went to see the chief of police, and he had a Mr. Blonde poster in his office.
Oh, shit. Go through.
Done. See, I can imagine if I would have dropped it.
Yeah, there you go.
That is Tim's big moment, but you see his gun is empty. See?
Yeah.
And he goes like this again, even though there's no bullets left, which was kind of over-dramatic, I thought.
Yeah, it was a little
And then
over-dramatic.
he drops the clip, and now he's going to go like this again, because he didn't know what else to do, see.
Dude.
He's delirious from bleeding. It's okay. All right.
Funny.
All right, Tim, you know, you've had your moment, you know. Just
Hilarious.
lay down, okay. I actually wanted to have the Zippo in my hand, still lit. When Chris Penn comes in and he sees me on the floor, I wanted to have the Zippo still going. And I wanted Chris to lean over and blow it out. But Quentin was like, he was so angry at me at that point. He was just like, no, we're not going to do it that way. I was like, okay, man.
There must have been some great discussions between
I
the
love
two
the
of you.
breakdown of the scene.
But what's
know.
great, too, is the horrible
Awesome.
strategy to actually, you're trying to hide out in that place, to actually burn the cop alive. Like, that wouldn't draw attention to the hiding spot. You're waiting for fucking Joe to get rid of the loot.
Where's Joe at that? Well, I don't care, but in the meantime, I'm going to start a fire.
Yeah, and burn a cop alive.
just
That won't
because
cause
I
any
want
noise.
to, because I have
5 gallons of gasoline in the middle of a wooden warehouse.
I'm angry.
Not even trying to help the guy that's shot. You're too busy setting the guy on fire. You were a horrible guy to work with.
I didn't write it.
That was great.
You're hysterical. I do like the breakdown
What's
of it.
amazing is like the stuff that made the scene so interesting, like the stuff that was so fucking great about it was just kind of, he just let him do what he wanted to do, which
Yeah,
is great.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, he did the same thing in Kill Bill, pretty much.
Oh, you really?
He didn't want me to wear that hat. And he didn't want me to have long hair. And didn't want me to wear that white cowboy hat.
But then you can't imagine it being another way.
differently.
Well, I'd been in Mexico making a Western, and I got that Stetson in Durango, and I was wearing it to the...
They have Halloween shops in Mexico?
That was a real Stetson. And I kept wearing it to the read-throughs, and...
Yeah, that's a
there it
good
is.
look.
And Quentin says to me, you're not going to wear that hat in the movie. And I said, well, yes, I am. You know? And he goes, no, you're not. You're going to cut your hair. And I go, no, I don't think so. And so we had this little kind of silent war going on. And I think by the third read-through, I had become concerned about Uma because she would not make eye contact with me. And I went to Quentin and I said, listen, what's the deal with Uma? I said, we got to do this thing together. And I got to have, she's doesn't seem like she wants to communicate with me. I'm a little concerned. And he goes, no, it's just the way she is. And when it comes down to it, she's going to be there and she'll be good. And I said, all right, you know, and I was leaving and he goes, oh, yeah, yeah. And I go, what? And he goes, you know, now I can't picture you without the hat. And I can't picture you without the hair, so we're going to do it. And I said, oh, well, okay. But then after about a week of shooting, I did the stuff with David at the trailer. And then we're out in Bakersfield. I'm supposed to be doing the strip club. And he comes to my camper and he gives me sides. He wrote a scene. And he gives it to me and he goes, this is what we're going to shoot today. And I said, okay. And I read it. And it's the scene where the guy tells me to take off my fucking hat, right? So he wrote a scene to make me get rid of the hat.
What an asshole.
Yeah, you know. He set me up, man. He let me get comfortable. He knew I wanted it. He knew it was my kind of, it was my strength, right? I had the hat, you know, and then he made me take it off because then I didn't have a choice because it was in the script.
Now it's in the movie.
Like, oh shit! Now I can't say no now, right?
He probably toiled. How could I get him to take that fucking hat off for a while before he realized I'll just put it in the script?
Yeah, that's what he did. That's a genius, okay?
That really is.
But the thing is when I took it off, I don't think he really fully anticipated the emotional empathy that I was going to get. Because you really kind of were like, oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
Bud, take off his hat. You know?
You should have had a smaller hat underneath.
Bud was bummed out. Little tiny one. Like those Clinton things. Every time you take one off, there's another one underneath.
Yeah,
Till finally there's like this fucking thing.
Tiny little
Is this one
derby.
okay? What about this one? Oh, man.
Who knew Kill Bill was all about the hat?
Yeah.
It was kind of.
Everyone was obsessed with the hat.
It was
I
a
had to-
sympathetic scene for you there.
I became the moral center of the film.
Right.
Yeah.
Writes a scene just so you get rid of it.
Yeah, it was, I mean, God, what a thing to do, right?
Did she not make eye contact with you because of the way you guys were kind of playing? You know, she was kind of supposed to not like you.
I think,
a little.
well, I mean, everybody, all actors have their own way of getting to this psychological place they need to be, and I think maybe she was just trying to feel me out and just trying to figure out what I was going to do, or let's face it, I mean, I had to do some pretty bad things with her, and some pretty mean things, and I think she was just trying to find her way around me, or trying to figure out what I was doing, or maybe she was trying to throw me off. I don't know, but the first thing we did was the thing in the graveyard. And when I first went to the set, her stunt double was in the back of the truck, all tied up with belts and stuff. And I went, oh, God, you know, I'm going to play this whole thing with a stunt double. But then after we did the blocking, and then I came to shoot, my God, there she was. And she started looking at me then, and I realized it was just her way of preparing. But she ended up being great, and I love our stuff together. I blew the whole front of the camera off with that shotgun, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, did you see that? See, watch when she comes in.
The whole front of the camera?
Yeah, I blew the whole lens off the camera. Bam. See that? Whoa. I had it right up against the lens, and but the shells were rock salt. And when I did a test fire outside with it, and it was just like a big cloud of dust come out, and so they were thinking that it wasn't going to really hurt the camera. And they kept telling me to do it over here and over here and over there, and Quentin said, no, I want you to point it right in the lens. And I said, yeah, I think so too. So he loaded me up, and it should have had some plexi in front of it or something, but it was so close, I think they were worried about a reflection, but when I fired that thing, it blew the whole front of it.
Wow.
Like a $50,000 Panavision. Just blew out. Yeah. When I come out that door, her sword was laying on the ground, and I kicked it, and it spun around in the air and stuck right in that barrel back there. It went around like a pinwheel and stuck right in the barrel.
Really?
Yeah. That was pretty crazy.
It's a good trick.
Funny.
What
I only have one bracelet on there, too, you see. And in the stills of the movie, I have two bracelets because I forgot to take mine off.
I love these little details.
That's great.
All I want to do is watch movies with
Yeah,
Michael.
no kidding.
That's all I want to do.
No,
I picked out that shirt too. I still have that shirt.
it is very you when
You
I'm
see,
looking
now,
at that shirt.
This is the spit. Now, you know who really was spitting in her face? Was Quentin.
Really?
Yeah, see, she spit at me. But then they gave her a plunger. See, see, some of the spits in my face were Quentin spitting at me. Some of her was him spitting at her because he wanted to be a specific, precise, certain way. See, she's completely a toy now. And there goes the needle right in the butt.
Yeah.
They had a lot of volunteers that night. I think every girl on the crew did a take of their butt in the Uma Thurman jeans to get a needle in the butt.
Wow.
And the shot in the movie just now of that was Quentin who stuck it in the ass. That wasn't me.
He gets all the good. He gets all the good jobs.
No, he came over and he says, all right. You've done enough. He goes, I'm going to do the needle in the butt. And I was like, all right. Mr. Director.
Does Quentin have a foot fetish? I've heard that.
Yeah.
Because there's every shot, every movie has some kind of shot with a girl's feet and yeah.
Yeah, he kind of does, but you see, in fact, I was supposed to wear 2 different colored cowboy boots. I was going to have one red one, the red python boot, and then I was going to wear a black one on the other foot. It was my idea to have the 2 different cowboy boots on. And there's one scene in the picture when we're massacring everybody at the wedding. I do have the 2 different boots on. But then later on, he was like, no, it's too much. I don't want the 2-boot thing. I was like, all right, okay, whatever. I didn't get away with that one. But, man, that's kind of a foot thing.
Sounds like you guys got along, you and
Didn't
Quentin.
apply to men. Yeah, we do.
Didn't apply to men.
I just did the friar's roast of him in New York City.
Right on.
They actually made me a friar. I am officially a friar.
Oh, really?
In New York City, yeah. God bless those guys. Quite an honor to be a friar.
That's pretty cool. There was a lot of old
Lewis,
school guys in there.
Freddie Roman, Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin.
They don't show up so much anymore.
There are pictures. There are pictures on the wall.
Pictures on the wall, good enough.
You see that? I got 2 bracelets on now.
Yeah.
See?
Ah, yeah, a little flub
See?
there.
Yeah, I was
Film
in my.
flub.
Yeah, it's just
Little
trivia.
flub.
She was good too. Daryl Hannah was enjoyable in this.
I'm gonna go home now and watch this fucking movie.
Yeah, I think so.
It gets me psyched. It's such a good movie.
She lives in Malibu. I see her all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's nice. Sometimes people think Deanna is Daryl Hannah. But,
Wasn't that her own car in that too? That
No, that's mine. That Trans Am.
yeah, wasn't that hers? No?
No, I took that. I actually acquired that while we were shooting. So
What don't you take from the set?
Takes whatever he wants.
you can work,
tell him no, though.
You can work things out. You know,
Yeah.
if you approach the subject in the
Make
right
some
way.
deal.
What's the coolest piece of like movie memorabilia you have?
I have that sword that's in my hand.
Yeah.
And,
Oh, damn, that's
oh
nice.
my God, I got the Stetson.
The Steve McQueen, gone.
I guess the Steve
That's
McQueen
pretty
shotgun
cool.
is probably the best thing I got.
That's pretty.
Yeah, that's a great
It's
piece
neat.
of.
It's a nice ratchet 12-gauge pump.
Well, fuck, this was great, Michael. Michael Madsen always fucking a hit on our show.
Absolutely.
You guys are very gracious.
Always fun, man.
What are you
Love
kidding me?
having
We
you
can
on.
listen to this all day.
Love having you on, man.
I want to just watch a whole movie with him one
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
That's
Danny had a
fine.
great idea,
You guys
though.
are fun.
Yeah.
It's a
Michael,
good movie.
Danny had a great idea. Just go over people's houses and do live commentary for the movies. Like,
Yeah.
instead of having a commentary track on the DVD, it's just like, no, here's Michael Madsen. He's coming over the house, and you sit down.
It's a great idea.
you gave me a really good one.
I wish you were
There you
running a
go.
studio. 'Cause I'm unemployed.
That's great. Oh, damn it.
We can talk after the show.
Not for long, I'm sure. Yeah.
Jeez,
I guess that's
love
it. Michael Madsen, everyone.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, man. Thank you.